Washington, D.C. wasn't just another stop on the road. It became the start of a new chapter in how I travel. I'm on ballpark number 29 with only one left to go. And after years of trying to rush through every city before game time, I'm learning to slow the pace a little. This trip was different. The game was still 4 hours away in Philly, and with less than 48 hours to get there, time was against me. I wanted to see more of D.C., but this city reminded me that not every trip has to be a race. I'm still chasing big cities, landmarks, food, and sports, but I'm also adding more nature, exploring, hiking, and national parks along the way. This is where the journey evolves. All right, stay tuned. Hidden in the middle of Washington, D.C., Theodore Roosevelt Island feels like stepping into a different chapter of American history, away from the traffic, the monuments, and the noise. This island honors one of the country's best presidents we've ever had, Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt was more than just a president. He was a fighter, a reformer, a man who believed America should be strong, bold, and protected by future generations. That is why this monument feels different. It is not just stone and statues, it is surrounded by trees, trails, and nature, the very things Roosevelt fought to preserve. As I walked through Roosevelt Island, I felt like Washington, D.C. was showing me a quieter side of greatness. A place where history does not shout, it stands firm, carved into the land, reminding us that real leadership leaves something behind, and Theodore Roosevelt left behind a legacy America still walks through today. Alright, see where we go next. At Fogon, a Mexican restaurant, the flavor came ready to fight. My wife ordered the trio taco combo, 3 beef birria tacos with cilantro, onion, and consomme for dipping. The consomme was rich, savory, and on point. The meat was tender, seasoned well, and packed with that slow-cooked birria flavor. But then came my order, the beef birria torta. Ordered with mayo, refried beans, lettuce, tomato, aguacate, pickled jalapenos, cheddar cheese, and fries on the side. The torta stole the show. The birria was juicy, the jalapenos gave it that kick, and every bite had balance. The tacos were great, but the torta took the crown. If you're looking for birria tacos, Mexican food, and the torta we're talking about, El Fogon is a spot to check out. Alright, so where we go next? I walked into the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. thinking I was about to explore the whole place, but time had other plans because apparently schedule loves drama. I was on a serious time crunch because I already had set a time to visit George Washington's house at Mount Vernon. On top of that, it took about 40 minutes just waiting in line to buy tickets to get inside the museum. I also bought tickets for 2 extra exhibits, the Dead Sea Scrolls and the All Creation Scenes, but because of the time crunch, those were the only 2 exhibits I actually got to see. The good part, since I already paid for the extras, an employee told me I can upgrade to a yearly membership for just $20 more. That wasn't something offered to everybody, but since they quoted it to me, they honored it. So this visit turned into more of a preview than a full experience. I got to see the powerful history of the Dead Sea Scrolls and the beauty of all creation sings, but there's still so much of this museum left for me to explore. And trust me, I'll be back because the Museum of the Bible isn't the kind of place you rush through. It's the kind of place you return to, slow down, and really take it in.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep. Spirit of God was hovering over the waters.
Alright, so where we go next? I made it to George Washington's Mount Vernon just in time for my house tour. But the line had other plans. Apparently, history comes with a 30-minute wait. Once I finally got inside, walking through Washington's home felt like stepping into the pages of America's beginning. Every room, every detail, every view of the property carried the weight of a man who helped shape this country. I was able to explore about 65% of Mount Vernon, but time wasn't on my side. I missed the museum, and trust me, that one hurt. Still, even with the clock working against me, Mount Vernon delivered. The house, the grounds, the history, it all reminded me that some places deserve more than a rushed visit. So this is not goodbye, Mount Vernon. This is unfinished business. Alright, see where we go next. When you're in the Washington, D.C. area and craving a burger that actually shows up with flavor, Holy Cow in Del Rey is the spot. Not one of those sad burgers pretending ketchup is a personality. This place came ready. I went with the Popper Angus beef burger stacked with cheddar cheese, crispy bacon, jalapenos, and chipotle ketchup. Every bite hit with the perfect mix of smoky, spicy, cheesy, and juicy. The jalapenos brought the kick, the bacon brought the crunch, and the chipotle ketchup tied it all together like it had a job to do. My wife had the holy pig, and listen, that burger came with attitude. Angus beef, smoked Gouda, pork barrel barbecue, pulled pork, and coleslaw on top. Sweet, smoky, creamy, messy in the best way possible. That's not just a burger, that's a whole cookout between two buns. Holy Cow Del Rey is one of those places that makes you stop mid-bite and say, okay, they knew what they were doing. If you're near DC, Alexandria, or anywhere close, this is a must-stop burger joint. Come hungry, bring a napkin, and don't waste your time ordering something boring. Alright, so where we go next? The Lincoln Memorial and Washington Monument at night are supposed to be one of those magical Washington, D.C. moments. And don't get me wrong, they still look powerful. But I'm going to be honest, seeing the monuments at night is not as easy as people make it seem. The lighting is cool, the atmosphere is peaceful, but you miss a lot of the details that probably hit way harder during the day. For me, it was a little overrated, not because the monuments aren't amazing, because they are, but because time and other commitments didn't give me the chance to see them the way I really wanted it to. I wish I could have walked around in daylight, taken in the history, the size, the architecture, and really let it all sink in. Still standing there at night, looking at these American landmarks, taking in the history, you can't help but feel the weight of history. Next time, I'm coming back during the day because some places deserve more than a quick night stop. Alright, see where we go next. For the final chapter of this trip, I went to church on Sunday. I made my way to the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in Washington, D.C. And let me tell you, this place is absolutely beautiful. From the outside, the Basilica is massive, but once you step inside, that's where it really hits you. The artwork, the mosaics, the chapels, the colors, and the peaceful silence all coming together in a way that feels sacred and unforgettable. The Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception isn't just another stop in D.C. It's one of the most beautiful Catholic landmarks in America, and it carries serious history. 3 popes have visited here: St. John Paul II, Pope Benedict XV, and Pope Francis. That alone tells you how important this place is. So ending my Washington, D.C. video here felt right. After all the rushing, walking, driving, and trying to fit everything in like humans enjoy suffering with the schedule, this was the perfect final stop. Peaceful, beautiful, historic, and powerful. The Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception felt like the blessing over the whole trip. All right, see where we go next.